standpoint, really not a ton of new news. Held Chuma just for a sore knee that's been bothering him, and so he got good work yesterday, and we limited his reps today. Besides that, I'll take any questions that you got.
What's Lockett showing you the last couple of games?
We've always known that Locke has been a tremendous utility guy that could play nickel or corner at any point in time, and to be able to have that ability is advantageous. I mean, he and Ajane have that capability to either fit in at nickel, fit in at corner, fit in at safety. They've learned conceptually rather than just one position, and because of that, it's made him a more valuable commodity for our defense. And so I'm so proud for him because he's really put 2 back-to-back games. Reminds me a lot. I was telling him, it reminds me a lot of Kevon Seymour when his senior year of getting his opportunity in the second half of the season and making the most of it. And he's doing that right now.
As a guy who did play earlier in his career, how did you see him handle not having much of a role?
Like a pro. Like a pro, he came to work every day and, just waited for his moment. And he was backing up a really good player in a JNA and playing sparingly, played some special teams and just told him that, at some point in time, you just got a gut feel you're going to have to be ready. And credit to him. He prepared each and every week and all of a sudden it's time to shine, and he's really shined the last 2 weeks.
What kind of role do you think Brian Ellis has had this season with JT kind of in that transition from high school to college? How do you kind of assess his?
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job, I think, with all our quarterbacks. I mean, you talked about having to use 3 quarterbacks in 1 year. That's not the easiest job. And not only is he progressing JT, but I thought what he did, even with Jack, with the limited reps going up against Arizona State during that week and preparing him like he did for him to go out there and achieve what he did, which was he was awesome. Credit to the quarterback room and to Brian. Preparing, not just one guy but every guy.
Does he do certain things you like?
Ellis, yeah, definitely. Obviously, has played the position, coached the position, and he's got that demeanor about him that usually quarterback coaches are communicators. They don't yell and scream at you. They have good vision about what's going on. They communicate it and they get it fixed. And he not only does he see scheme wise, but he sees mechanics, which not everybody. I've been around quarterback coaches that focus on scheme. He truly looks at the whole aspect of things, whether it's mechanics, footworks. He's a total package. A good young ball coach, going to be a star in our profession.
Marquis Step, do you feel like his role is going to kind of increase these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, we got 2 games left with Marquis. I'm not going to burn his redshirt year, but we were right in that game. Last game, I walked up to him and said, "Keys, just let me make sure I'm saying this right, that you haven't been in. I don't have you in yet." And he goes, "No, Coach, I haven't." So I said, with Steven down, your role may have to jump up these next 2 weeks. So, we didn't put him in late there in that game, but he's preparing as the 3rd back, as well as on special teams to help us. These next 2 games are obviously extremely important to our season when it comes to the Pac-12 South, so we'll use every capable body that we can.
Does he offer anything as a running back that the other guys don't?
230 pounds of grown man. He actually, I was doing some running back individual drills with him, locking up a push-pull drill, and my arms are about as bruised as you could possibly get right now. He is extremely strong. When he grabs a hold of you, he's a bull.
You guys are coming off a pretty big rushing performance. What do you feel like when you've seen you guys have run well particular games and not in other games? What kind of makes or breaks what you guys can do on the ground?
I'm really hoping, like I said after the game, it's one game, and what I'm hoping from this offense is a level of consistency week in and week out, and it starts with the running game. It always will. Is our offense usually when you look up and you have 500 yards in a day, it's usually because we've ran the ball very well, and that opens up the passing game. But I like what I've seen. I credit Drev and Goff, Mike Goff, of what they've done with those kids in the last 2 weeks, and have done a really nice job. I'm seeing fundamentals, I'm seeing technique, and carried over to last game. I'm hoping it carries over to this game.
Who replaces Stephen Carr in the kickoff return?
Say that one more time.
Kickoff return, who replaces him?
He's got Dom back there. You know, we got 4 guys that can go. Bayless Jones obviously has been back there the whole time, but you got Dominic Davis, you have Jane Harris, and you have Amon Ra, and they work in teams. So I think he had Bayless and Double D back there today. Yeah, he's focusing on academics right now. You know, we didn't redshirt him last year, and he's trying to catch up on some academics. So he's taken, you know, we're not going to burn his red shirt right now, and just want to focus on him getting caught up academically over these next couple of weeks.
How involved do you think Elijah will be this week?
Say that one more time.
How involved do you see Elijah being this week?
Elijah Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm hoping from a health standpoint, by we get back to the end of the week and everything goes good, there's no tweaks or anything like that. So I'm crossing my fingers. He's looked good in one-on-one drills. He has looked good in contact, and I walked up to him today. I said, "Any pain?" He said, "No, coach. I feel great." So. You know, if that's the case, you're going to see him in this game, and he'll get a lot of reps. So, looking forward to crossing my fingers, and hopefully, you know, he's doing well, especially, you know, with the question mark on Biggie and losing Greg this week. You know, last week, you know, he'll be invaluable.
What do you think it'll be like calling plays just against Wilcox, someone you've kind of coached with, and I imagine you guys kind of know each other's tendencies a little bit?
Yeah, I tell you, both Coach Wilcox and Coach DeRuiter, you know, have had to call plays against both of them, and it ain't easy. You know, Coach DeRuiter was in the Las Vegas Bowl, and ultra aggressive defensive play caller as well as J-Dub. You put those two minds together, and you can tell why they're a top 20 defense. I mean, scheme-wise, it is just it's a nightmare for a quarterback, because it is. It's multiple coverages. It goes from drop 8 to cover 0 at any point in time, and they mix it up really well, and they're very well taught. But you know, you always want to compete against the best, and those two men are two of the best in our profession, and look forward to it.
When both play callers know each other, is it usually easier or harder for the offensive guy or the defensive guy?
I don't know. I've always thought that it's a player's game. You know. Just like last game, you know, the plays went because the line was executing and the backs were running hard, and the quarterback was throwing it to us. But you know, there are when you go against another guy, you know, tendencies. You know, you get a feel for, you know, his philosophy and his aggressiveness. You know, rather than it's your first time. So I guess that plays into it a little bit, but it'll be more about how our players execute on both sides, his kids and our kids.
Let's go one more.
You got a matchup that kind of you look forward to? Is it a little different?
With J-Dub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach and I have been friends for a while, and it's always good. And there's a bunch of guys there. You know, Coach Sermon, Coach Tui. You know, we were all together as one family at one point in time, and so it'd be good to hug their necks, and then always it's fun to compete against friends. It's a friendly rivalry, but you know, at the end of the day, it's about just trying to go out and get another Pac-12 win. All righty, guys, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.